Hello, my wonderful AJR fans out there. In this video, I have a lot of really exciting news to share with you, including news that literally just broke right before I press record on this video. So we're going to dive into all that. But before we get started, I just wanted to encourage you to subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a ton, but it also helps you keep informed about everything AJR related because I love to make these kinds of videos. So without further ado, let's start with this breaking news. Moments ago, AJR just tweeted out that they're going to be involved in a Broadway production. That's right, the moment we have all been waiting for is finally here, and it's very exciting, so let me share some details. Now, this project is still in the works and actually seems like it's just getting started, but the news we know is that AJR is writing music for the Broadway sequel to Harold and the Purple Crayon. So first and foremost, Harold and the Purple Crayon is a classic kids book. I personally have never read it before, but I definitely recognize it by its cover. But what I know from the story is that Harold is a 4-year-old who has a giant imagination and basically draws his own imaginary world. But the news really broke when AJR retweeted an article by Broadway World, so I'm going to share a few captions from that. In this article, they say, the new musical will feature original songs composed by Jack and Ryan Met of the band AJR. Demo songs have already been written and recorded, and the book is well underway. In the adaptation, Harold, once a baby in the classic book, is now a young adult facing real-life problems, and learning that he can no longer rely on his magical purple crayon. And a quote from Jack and Ryan says, "We are excited to work with Dan and Quill in stretching the limits of what people think a Broadway show can be. Harold and the Purple Crayon was the perfect story to combine our love of quirky pop music, nostalgic childhood themes, and fantastical magic illusions." And just after reading more about this story, it sounds like it's the perfect fit for AJR. I mean, it deals with nostalgia, growing up, sounds kind of quirky like they said, so I think this is going to be a hit, and I just can't wait for it to be released. Now, as far as a timeline goes, it doesn't look like we have any information on that just yet, but hopefully we'll get that soon, and when we do, I'll definitely be sharing it. And if you're wondering, okay, is this a musical using their current songs, or are they writing new songs for this? It sounds like they're writing new songs for this musical. And now let's move on to some new songs that they've been teasing. Now, this first one that I want to talk about came out a little while ago, and it features this really fast violin. And you may have seen this before on TikTok, where Jack is kind of just running through some hills. But what was interesting to me about this tease was the lyrics. Now, the first part of the phrase wasn't very clear to me, but this is what I think it says. "Okay, now hold up, we were fun as hell. I'm all grown up, but you couldn't tell." And then later on, they released another video with the same song, but a different part. It says, "Now I don't know what to do with myself. The DJ is crying for help." But what really stood out to me was that line, "I'm all grown up, but you couldn't tell." And a lot of people are focusing on that line because they're thinking that theme deals a lot with turning out. And potentially, you know, maybe this song is Turning Out Part 3. And I know that sounds a little bit out there and it's kind of a stretch based on this very small sample, but I mean, it kind of does make sense. And I'm sure AJR knows that the fan base would be super excited for a Part 3. Now, if this were true and we are getting a Turning Out 3, then a lot of people are saying that it's possible that we get Adam featured as a vocalist on this song. And before you say that Adam doesn't sing on any songs, that's not true, because he definitely did sing in the bridge for I'm Ready. Now, of course, this is just speculation. We don't know if Adam's going to be singing on it. We don't even know if this is a Part 3, so just keep that in mind. But hey, comment below letting me know your thoughts and theories on this song. Now, another song that we got a little tease of very recently, just about 4 days ago, was this somewhat marching band sounding song. The clip that we got features a lot of horns, and if I were to relate it to a song, I'd say it's similar to Ordinary-ish People. Now, the vibe I get from this song seems to me like an intro track. Now, I don't know if that's their intention with this song, but that's kind of the feeling I get when I listen to it. And as far as I know, with both of these songs, neither of them have been played during a live set. That doesn't mean they're not going to play it at a live set before it's released, but of course with I Won't, they kind of teased the song and almost right away started playing it at live shows. So we'll have to see in time, you know, if you demand it, if you really are adamant about them playing this at live shows, maybe they will. But as far as that last one that I mentioned with the horn marching band sound, it seems like they're just starting to work on this song, so I doubt that it's even completed yet. But in related news that is very exciting, it does seem like we are going to get a new single very soon. If you go to their TikTok page and click on their link, it brings you to this. And you can pre-save this new song very much like how you were able to pre-save I Won't. And just to confirm that this is going to be a new song, on that link on TikTok, it even says AJR link to next single. But the only thing is, we don't know what the next single is going to be. If it's going to be one of these songs that they've been teasing, or if it's going to be a completely new song. And if I were to guess, I'd say that this is probably the song that we got a little while ago with that really fast violin with Jack running through the hills. It just seemed like a lot of people were really excited about that, and AJR was excited about that, so this would just naturally make sense for them to release that. But of course, let me know your thoughts below. And now moving on to the last bit of news in regards to a timeline. In the middle of a masterclass Ryan was doing, there was a question and answer section. And this Twitter user caught this question on video: is there a time frame when we can expect the upcoming album? And Ryan responded, it will be early next year. So it looks like we're getting an album rather quickly. And you have to think, if they're releasing like 2 to 3 new singles beforehand, we're probably going to get a packed next few months. Now, this is just speculating, but I can easily see them releasing, a new single in October, then another one in maybe January, and then if they're releasing the album in March, right before that releasing another single and then releasing the album. But who knows? Maybe the album is released in January or February. So it's just all very exciting, and none of us have the answers, but it's very cool to know that we're going to get this quicker than at least what I expected. So there you have it. That is everything I wanted to mention in this video. But of course, if you would like to stay up to date with everything AJR related, definitely hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, leave a comment on your thoughts about what I said in this video. But thank you so very much for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next video.